Good evening everybody, welcome to VSL, and we're here for round 5, the Spanish Grand Prix of Season 1. We're just watching Josh coming round the last corner now to start his lap. So I think he's the first, he should be anyway, he was the first out of the pits. So hopefully we get to see the first time on the board. And we're seeing yellows, that'll be for people just backing off in the last sector to get themselves ready for a lap. Seeing a variety of tires, like most of them are on the supers, so they seem to think they're able to do the one stop from the softest compound probably to the hardest compound, the mediums. And yeah, only 3 of them on softs and 1 on mediums. And fun fact, these 3 tire colours are going to be the official colours for next year, so get used to these colours. You're going to see them quite a lot in next year anyway. Still a while to wait, but you know, gotta give some warning. And Josh is about to die as he's gonna just about save it, I think. But he hit the DRS a little bit too early there. He was a bit out of control as it was out of that corner, turn 9, and he's lucky to stay alive after that. So let's watch Callum in his Red Bull. There's a few cars ahead of him, but we'll keep focused on the Red Bull driver, sure. And yeah. So another car is about to die up there. It's a Haas, and I think that must be Darkbolt, right? Yes, it is. He luckily didn't hit anything, but clearly turn 9 proving a bit of a nightmare for the drivers. That's 2 cars I've seen having issues through there already, but luckily they've both been able to keep it out of the walls and still in the qualifying session. 14 people here, so there's a higher likelihood if you're getting through to the next or to the race anyway, on a harder compound, which is why you might see some people taking the risk, and that's going to be Darkbolt missing the pits. He's going to have to reverse. Will he get disqualified for doing that? It's a risk he's taking, and I think he's got away with it. So Darkbolt lucky to still be in the running really for that, after that slight mishap. And yeah, lucky to get away with that. So let's see some more laps. It's currently Hellboy, Rebel 1-2 at the moment. And we'll see where Matt ends up on his medium compound tires. It'd be quite remarkable if he can get himself in amongst the top 3, and he does, only 8/10 off the pole position time. He is doing a very nice job there indeed. So it's Hellboy from Callum, Matter, Casper and Lio Blade. They are the only people to set times at the moment. Here is Jordan heading for his last sector now. We'll be about to see him. Well, we're about to be seeing him finish his lap in a moment. And through the last corner he comes now. As he's hoping to get in that front row. We'll see though. He's P3, 7/10 off the pace. So not a million miles away, but I'm sure he'd like to be closer. But still plenty of time. That's why we've got 18 minutes. You can get plenty of runs in. And the thing is, you aren't really seeing that many people on track at the moment, so I guess we can watch Jordan his way in until we see some more people out there on track. There's Darkbull coming out for his out lap. We can have a little look at him. And yeah, you may notice that Dave's not here this week. I'm not 100% sure why, but I hope to get him back next week. But yeah, it's only me today, in case you couldn't tell. But you know, just being fully clear of it. Always got to say these things, I guess. So we've had 7 times on the board, 6 of them representative, and 1 of them just, I guess, being a sighter possibly, and that is utter ears being ruined right now. And yeah, just sort of have to let this shot happen really, and just hope it doesn't last very long. And it's gone. There we go. Yeah, I turned the game volume up as well for this, so it's gonna make it even worse. So yeah, apologise for that, but listen, it makes it all better during the race. So you gotta sacrifice good noise in qualifying for a beautiful sound in the race. But yeah, here we go then. Darkbolt comes to the line, and hopefully he doesn't get turn 9 wrong this time, and he gets a clean lap in. But like I say, fingers crossed it all goes well. So into turn 1, it's all gone pretty well so far. You know, he hasn't messed it up after 1 corner or 2 corners. Third corner now, it's a bit of a... I guess there isn't really an apex this one. Some people will just not go near the middle of the track for that one. So he did that. He did that well enough. He didn't make any mistakes. Turn 4 is a little wide. Could have been a bit tighter to the corner there. Maybe lost a little bit of time on the exit. Turn 5 seems pretty decent. And heading up to the chicanes now of turns 7 and 8. There's a little kink before that. That's turn 6. And I really don't think they should count that as a corner. But meh. If they go by Austria's logic, it shouldn't be a corner, but it is. Turn 9. He got it right this time. And into turn 10. Probably one of the best spots for overtaking on the track, with the end of a DRS zone and a nice heavy braking zone. Expect to see some moves happening there. And now into the last little section of the track, possibly the hardest part, the final chicane. Very difficult to get it perfect through there, and even in the last corner it's very easy to get swept offline and onto the gravel. But Dark Bolt has finished his lap, and on the soft tyres is in P3, only 6/10 off the pace, as a good lap. And here's Callum. Looks like we're about to see a lap from him. Unfortunately, he's got a rev glitch as well, so it's creating some noises, but well, you can still watch it from here. But yeah, we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So half of the field are on the super soft tyre right now, and the rest are on alternate compounds. 5 on the softs and 2 on the mediums. So it shows more how people are starting to think about their last sort of runs in this and what they're going to start on. Got 9 viewers. Hello, nice to see you. Do get active with the chat if you like. I'll be reading them at some point, probably after the qualifying session, at some periods during the race as well. 10 of yous now. Wow, hello. Let's keep going. See if we can get any higher than that. And probably a good time since there's so many of you. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn notifications on so that you don't miss any of these races when they go live. Because it's quite important that you see these live, or else it's not as good. It's never as good if you don't see it live. And you wonder what's that lap, because we've got the whole of that lap. It's me, Callum, pole position by 0.3 of a second. Yellow's in sector 1 somewhere. That's probably someone slowing down or backing off. There's Jordan, he's starting his next run now. Matt's also on a run. Matt on a run. Casper, I think, has just started as well. So let's watch Lioblade. Oh, does he keep it? He just about keeps it, but that is not how he wanted to take that. That's chicane, and then turn 9 as well. Maybe a little bit wide. Dips a wheel into the dirt. Probably wasn't his best idea, but he's kept it on the track. He's kept it alive. It was a decent first sector, I can see there on the top of his screen. I apologise for any screaming you hear in the background. That'll be my brothers, so just ignore them. But yeah, into the last chicane now, and we get a good onboard shot. Ignoring the noise, he seemed to get through there pretty well, in fact. And decent run now at the last corner. Where's Lioblade gonna go? It's P7, so he's got a bit quicker on that lap. Hopefully he'll be hoping to improve overall later on as well. And where are we looking at? Let's look at Jordan. Heading to the end of his lap in the Ferrari. 7 minutes still to go in the session, so plenty of time to improve your time. And I know the last corner he comes towards the line, and it improves his time, I believe, there. So good lap from him. Nice stuff. And Matt, I saw he was getting on a lap there. I think he might have just been finishing it though. And Matt has improved, or Matter has improved a little bit. But I don't think enough to improve a position. Casper did, though, improve enough to gain a position, and then he cut the corner. And yeah, probably not the best way to start your rain lap, but oh well. Let's watch Hellboy. This is the response to his teammates' fastest lap. And we'll be hoping to see a good lap from him. We can ride on board so we can get a proper look to see how he does. And that turn 1 and 2, really fast and fluid. He did that really quite well, actually. Nice and smoothly. In turn 3, right up to the edge of the track. No dramas so far, and a decent first sector overall. Nice and early under the throttle out of turn 4 as well. As you can see, Casper really having some adventures on his end lap. He's having a disastrous time right there. As Matthew goes quickest, wow, by 3/100ths of a second. The Force India man right up there at the moment. And now, towards turn 9, how does Hellboy get on? He's a little bit wide, but I think he'll get away with it. Onto the DRS now to close out the second sector and into turn 10. So, it's the last sector, the most technical sector by far, and the most difficult. Even going uphill there, it's so easy for the back end just to go, and for you to end up with Narnia. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see that during the race at some point. But luckily it didn't happen here, and now through the last chicane, a little bit wide, that might cost him the time, and he does indeed pit. He was not happy with the end of that lap, and he's hoping to go and improve it later on. But yeah, Matthew then, the fastest man on track right now. And I will also get the championship standings at some point as well, probably for the formation lap, so we can go for everybody and see where they're at. And of course we're still waiting on the Cliffy Masterclass, not to try and make the other drivers look bad, but we are sort of expecting it. I mean, Tom doesn't look to be here, so yeah, Matthew's done a good lap, but I do think we're here to see a Clippy Masterclass, as we have done so far this season really. With his strategies, he's able to get the field quickly, and I wonder if that was at turn 9 that Dark Bolt succumbed, because that's a pretty nasty incident, and he is now dead, so he's out of the session in a coffin. But anyway, we'll move on, and let's have a look at Super Guy. And yes, as I expected, exited turn 9, he's killed himself. And that was quite a violent crash, as you could see. Both the front right and the rear right have been ripped off. And he looked to be in quite a terrible position there. So, yeah, not the best qualifying. But he's currently P6 at the moment. So, hopefully he still has enough there to stay in the top 10. He has good pace. So, hopefully that mistake doesn't ruin his life and gives him a good time. But here's Super Guy. And that was a fantastic lap on the medium compound tyres. That is extremely competitive, and that puts him in a good position for the race anyway. So, to be a second off, okay fine, it's a short lap around here, but even still, what a great lap that was. Looks like a ski van is coming around to start us up. Now, I need to actually quickly get the results. I'm going to get the results of the last race now. And tell you what that all means for the championship at the end of the session, but I just want to remind myself of how they all finished. And yeah, I should have done this before, but I legitimately completely forgot about 2 minutes ago. Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh dear, I need to get championship standings put and all that. But what I do remember is that Ski Van brilliantly won the race, but then he got disqualified because there was an aborted start, thanks to the game being bad. And it basically meant Ski Van wasn't aware that you couldn't change his tyres in the grid. He changed from his original quality set to a brand new set of Supers, I think it was, set of Ultras. And he won the race but got disqualified for illegal tyres really at the start of the race. So yeah, that's what went wrong for him there, and his lap clearly hasn't gone too well here either. So quite the fall from grace. It did mean though that this man won the race, and well, how? That's what I want to know. Bottlebird winning a race. I mean, what planet are we living on? Jupiter? It's weird, but I'm sure he enjoyed it. So I'm going to quickly grab championship standings as they all prepare to start their final laps. Only 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the session. Yeah, we'll be hoping to see a thrilling climax. Unfortunately, we missed basically all of Matthew's lap, so hopefully we get to see him set another good lap, because that'd be quite nice. But if we don't, I'm sure he will still be very happy. I'm sure he'll probably have it saved somewhere. And yeah, we'll see Josh on his lap and see how he's getting on. And I have found some championship standings, which is good, so I can read them out to you on the grid. I didn't see Josh's first sector, but we'll still follow the rest of the lap anyway, just to see how it's getting on really. And see the Mafia as well, by the way, it's on his out lap. I was looking at him thinking, oh, he might not get out, but both of the mats managed to get out there on time. There's 3 different mats. Can we just say that? There's 3 mats here. This is extremely confusing. And Covey, by the way, went out on the soft, so be interesting to see where he can get up to. I mean, Matt in, well, Josh's teammate is only 8, just about 8 tenths off the pace. So, you know, them softs have got some good speed, and we're about to see what the supers can do. Here comes Josh, and we're in the final corner as Casper might have had another adventure, and he's out of the session. And Josh has absolutely destroyed the field with a fantastic time to put himself on provisional pole. And it's going to take quite some lap to beat that. Here, Skivan just went P4 on the soft, decent lap from him. And Hellboy, here we go. He's getting ready to start his lap as well. It's all about to happen here in the last moments here. It's me, Callum. He's done. He's out. He's had enough. That's it. And Cliffy only P6 there on his softs. Jordan starts his lap as well, along with Matt just behind, and Matter having to get through loads of traffic. But let's watch Matthew as he heads through turn 9 and onto the back straight for the last time in this session. Can he make that 7/10 deficit up, or is this going to be Josh's day here in Spain? It's going to take quite some lap to beat that, it has to be said, and it's really surprising that he was able to pull that much of a gap. It was a good lap, but I didn't expect it to be that good. I'm sure it would have surprised a few people, but let's see what Matthew's got to come back with. Round the final corner. It is a very tall order, but can he do it? No. 5 tenths off. Hellboy still on his lap, and we're still waiting for Matter and Matt to finish. Only 3 people left in this session. Let's see Matter. Round the final corner, we'll wait for his car to emerge. The Toro Rosso comes up to the line, and it is P4. Here comes Hellboy now, around the final corner himself, and let's see where he ends up. He's got that 116 to beat, and he's right up into P2. Well, nothing's beating that 16.3 at the moment, unless Matt can do something now. To the line, it was P6. So, Josh is then on pole here in Spain with a frankly unbelievable lap. Nobody got close. And certainly bodes well for Josh's race. Can he make it 2 on the bounce? There's your grid then. Josh from Hellboy, Matthew, Callum, Matter, Matt, Skion, Cliffy, Jordan, Super Guy, Darkbolt, Casper, Lyle Blade, and Lee. And for the top 10, we've got super, 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 soft, 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 super, medium. So all 3 tire compounds in the top 10 then. This is going to be a pretty entertaining race. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. And let's get these championship standings up, shall we? And yeah, just sort of wait. Ah, nice and sunny. Conditions are a lot better than they were a few moments ago, which is good. Always nice to see some good conditions. And it, you know, just means the chance of rain really not sort of being there helps. And it means, you know, the tire choices and everything actually means something. So yeah, as we wait, let's get this championship standings up. So, after 4 rounds, it is still Clippy on top, 89 points. It's a pretty big gap to Matt in second with 55. And then Josh on 35. Darkbolt is next on 33 from EFC Matthew 30, Hellboy 25, and Casper on 20. Then it is Sam on 18, Lileblade 16, Lee 14, It's Me or Callum 12, Jordan 10, Matter 5, Marklin on 2, and then Oliver, VSR Josh, Super Guy, Tom, Bugatti, and Skivan are all on 0. In the constructors, it is Cyber on top of 105 points from Renault on 90, Force India on 44, Red Bull on 37, Haas on 33, Ferrari on 28, Williams on 26, Mercedes on 20, McLaren on 7, and last is Toro Rosso. So that is your standings. And yes, let's get these tyre choices up then. As you can see, Josh is absolutely flying on this formation lap. He wants to get this over and done with already. And interesting in the bottom 4, it is soft, soft, super soft. So yeah, that is the tyre compounds that everyone's going to be starting on this race. You can see it on the ladder on your left hand side, and you can see how much Josh has pushed. I don't know if this is to help him with his tyre heating up here. He must be doing it for a reason, but it does seem like a rather odd tactic on a formation lap to absolutely blitz it away from the rest of the field. Unless it's to make them work so he can do what he wants. You know, it does have its advantages, but we'll see how it works. We'll see how he gets off the line. But definitely a very interesting tactic indeed from Josh. And he backs the field right up there. Almost like Hellboy running straight into the back of him. But luckily he didn't. That would have been quite awkward. So, let's quickly see what you lot are saying in the comments before we go green. 33 laps here at Catalunya. It's looking to be a very good race. 14 eager and excited drivers ready to go. And yeah, people are talking about some what do you call it? Setup. I mean, it got Lee in there saying it's 2 aero and 8 ballast because he had to go through a default setup glitch. So that's unfortunate for him. That'd be why he's last. So hopefully he can still make up some ground and you know, affect a little bit on the grid. He could change front wing on the grid. But anyway, the lights are on here in Spain. They're away. It looks like Josh had a pretty poor start. I think he got away slower than Hellboy, who's already on his inside, going for the lead. Looks like Josh's formation lap tactic hasn't quite worked out. And into turn 1, look at Callum as well. Could it be Red Bull 1-2 by the end of this lap? He's certainly having a go on Matthew. He's on the inside now and he's ahead. So it's me. Callum is ahead. Hellboy's into the lead. Superb start from the Red Bull boys. As looks like Matt is putting himself up to 4th, trying to get past DSC Matthew on his soft. He's the top runner on the... Oh no, Matthew's off. Matthew must have been crowded up a bit wide. Free abreast in the back line. That can't always end well. Into turn 5. Jordan backed out. He did not want to die like he did... He sometimes does in these types of situations. And luckily, he's alive and he's making some moves as well. And looks like them two can't see each other. Cliffy and Matt clearly... Matt and they can't see each other. That'll be why they are in very interesting positions. And unfortunately, we're just going to have to deal with that. Because I don't think there's anything we can really do. It's very entertaining to watch, but... Oh, God. Let's just not look at that. Let's look at Lyle Blade, because something's gone wrong. Yeah, he's in the gravel trap, so he's down to last, and on them supers, they're going to be absolutely fried like an egg. So that's just disastrous, really, isn't it? And a Hellboy leading this race then from Josh and Callum. Then Matt, it is Renault 1, 2, 3, 4 then. So, very good job from them lot. And, let's see how Callum does. He looks pretty good, but you have to look at Matt in P4. I mean, he is in such a good position. Although it has to be said, if he did push Matthew in the Force India off onto the gravel, I don't know, it could be put under investigation. Obviously, we didn't see it. We saw the tail end of it with Matthew already in the gravel. So we'll have to see it from their point of view. And obviously, we can't do that because obviously we don't have access to replays, which would be very nice. I don't quite know how Cody's will be able to implement that though. But you know, idea for the future. Come on, boys, get it done. Anyway, it does look like Hellboy's got good pace. Josh just cannot keep up for now. He's got the 1 lap pace, but he's holding up a massive train. And you can see just how many cars. Oh, he's off! He just flat out spun off. I said that could happen up the hill, and it has. So Josh has done what he always does, apart from that one time where he won through a penalty. But yeah, he's bottled it. He's now stopped on the track. That certainly looks like an AI that's doing that. He's ghosted as well. So Josh's race is effectively over then, and he's left the session. He doesn't even have the common courtesy to retire. He just leaves. What a considerate guy, really. I mean, look at Lee, he's still going. Look at you. Disgraceful. So let's see Cliffy then. He's already going for the podium right now. He's only a 10th off Matt, and you can see he's got so much more grip out of turn 3. Can he try it into turn 4? He didn't, but he certainly wanted to, and he's just gonna have to wait for a while here, just to find the optimal moment. DRS has enabled this lap. Remember, it's lap 3 now, and we've already sort of lost 2 people out of contention here, unfortunately, unless it's a safety car, in which case Lee's back into it. But yeah. So far, Hellboy is looking pretty dominant right now. And let's see how Cliffy does. He's just not close enough right now. He just can't get close because Matt has DRS on his teammate. Oh, not his teammate, his supplier of engines. No, wait, he supplies the engines. Just leave me alone. Looks like Lee's dead, so we're down to 12 then. And yes, what I was trying to say is Matt bottles it at the chicane, is that he was trying to catch up with the team that he supplies his engines to. But I made it sound extremely complicated, and I'm sorry. I apologise, I'm never going to say that ever again. And looks like EVR Matter's getting involved. And how is this going to work? Are they going to be 3 abreast down the straight? Possibly even 4 if Skeven can find any room, but he's just not going to be able to for now. And can Matter get 2 cars in one move? You bet he can. Although it's definitely not going to be easy for him, as Cliffy now tries to get back involved. Matt all over the show trying to find his way through, and on the inside can't quite do it. Round the outside now goes Cliffy. Can he get this done and get himself up into P4, or where he was before that Toro Rosso just came and took the 2 of them? The answer is yes. He's got through, but certain as that these 3 are not done just yet. And remember, they can't see each other, so if that looks a bit weird or suggestive, then it's just the game's fault. And this is probably not a great camera view, nor is that. This is a very interesting camera view. And just remember, everybody else can see this. They are the only 2 people who can't see what's going on. Looks like Skeven's went for a move and not made it work. And in fact, he's got Darkbolt now on the back of him, trying to make it work, and he can't get it done for now. But EBR Matters absolutely all over the show. And that just isn't how you take that corner. But sure, we're going to see him go for DRS. And this is going to be interesting. If they can't see each other, he's not even using DRS. So I wonder if that disables that as well. Looks like Matthew and Jordan are into the pits today. Super's already dying. So that's not gone too well. And yeah, we've got reliably. That puts him up to the points again. So, you know, the first lap didn't go particularly well, but at least he's back there. But he will have to pit because them tires are not going to last particularly long. I see Jordan's went into the mediums. Can he get them to the end? Matthew on a 2-stop with the softs. He'll go for them again, we imagine, later on. But Cliffy now, he's clear of Matter and trying to go for Callum. He's still only 2.5 seconds of the lead, and these soft tires are about to come into their element. This is where they start to get quick. This is where the super soft runners start to run out of defense, and you can see Matter is in some serious trouble in the background. You can see he's already being swamped. He's holding up a massive train, and Lio played out of the session. As I said, he was getting back into it. I think you'll find he might have just died up at turn 9, but we'll find out in a moment, as we're on board. And actually he's been out of 8, so didn't even get to 9 unfortunately before it all went wrong. And into the pits comes Callum. I don't think his teammate went in, he didn't. So undercut then for the Red Bull teammates. Who's going to win out that battle? And you can see that 5 cars all going for this into turn 1. Looks like Matt is going to try to move on Matter round the outside. That's going to be quite a difficult move to make. Even he's made contact. Made a bit of contact. You can just see they all want to get involved, but they just can't find the space. Ski Man's all over the show. It's actually not gone too well. He's going to fall right down to P7. But I'm sure with this train being held up a treat, it's not going to take too long to close back up. As side by side they go through turn 4. It didn't go well last time they tried it, or at least Matt tried it, and it's worked out well this time though. He's got ahead, and now Darkbolt's going to try and get ahead of the Toro Rosso, and he gets that one done. But I'm sure Matter's going to try and just keep his nose in, but he just can't. And now it's time for Super Guy to get past as well. We'll see that McLaren alongside. He does not go for it into turn 9, rather sensibly as well. And now the DRS for both the Toro Rosso and the McLaren. should actually help Matter stay ahead for now. And Super Guy is just going to have to wait a bit. I wonder if Skivan's got some front wing damage, because he's trying to fall back very quickly indeed. I'm sure we'll find out if he pits at the end of the lap. But here comes Super Guy on the inside. Can he get this one done? He can! He's up into P5. And Hellboy into the pits. So, let's see. Did the undercut work? Has Callum got himself into the lead of this race? It's only been one lap, but on them wearing Supercells, we've already seen how it affects Matter. So, is this the lead being lost for Hellboy? We're looking out for his teammate coming for the final corner. There he is, coming down the main straight, and this is going to be very close indeed. Here comes Callum, and who's going to come out ahead? On board, he's just not close enough. But he's certainly closed that gap. He's now into DRS range of his teammate with tyres that are already rubbered in. Is this his chance to go for the lead? We'll find out later, because these three are still going for it. Darkbolt is fighting for P2 here now with Matt and Super Guy as well, doing a good job on the mediums. I wonder if he'll think about going on to Supers at the end of the race for some real grip. But anyway, here comes Darkbolt on board. Will he go to the inside? Yes, he will. Does he get it done though? Under braking. Look out for the Renault. He could still be on his outside. In fact, he is, and up the hill he stays ahead. Good defensive driving there from Matt. And yeah, looks like Super Guy couldn't find a way through like he did last time. He was looking at it. I went on board for a brief moment there, as you saw. He was right on the back of him still. And now, as they head to the main straight, the slipstream is super powerful. Could we be about to see a very interesting two-car move, possibly? Can Super Guy get involved? He's going to see Darkbolt and Matt go for it. Matt defends hard to the inside, but Darkbolt goes clean around the outside into turn 1. He's going to go a bit wide, though. He may not get it done. And here comes Super Guy. Can he get it done? Callum sets a fast lap at the Grand Prix. We'll have to see what he does in a moment. But here's Matt into the back almost of Darkbolt, and Super Guy on his inside. This is brilliant racing for P2 in this race. Obviously, pit stops are still to happen, but the three of them are within 2/10. Who's going to come out on top? There goes Matt on the inside. Can't quite get it done for now. And the McLaren is somehow still sitting back there in third in line, waiting for these two to do something interesting. Because, a little bit of contact, and they go side by side every turn 9. It could certainly get the McLaren the advantage. And here we go. Who's going to come out of here on top? They're going free abreast as they head towards turn 10. And Matt has just been robbed. He's been mugged off 2 places. He's down into P4. And there's Casper arriving as well. This is going to get very interesting. The 2 Red Bulls are now over a second apart. So it looks like Hellboy has got the pace to stay ahead. And that fastest lap will be going back to him at the end of this one. But here we go. Super Guy. He's had to sit behind for about a lap, waiting for the 2 of them to do something stupid, a little bit silly. And it happened. They went side by side for turn 9. Wasn't the best idea. And it's now Super Guy who ends up in second place. They spent all that time fighting, and the McLaren just sat behind and watched. And as soon as he saw his chance, he took it. So Super Guy on their mediums is up into P2, and that was some brilliant racing on that lap. You know, 2/10 separating the 3 of them. It's so rare to see that, because oh wow, you would have thought someone would have hit each other, or there would have been a bit of contact, or there would have been a crash or whatever. But no, they drove brilliantly in there, and a well deserved P2 for now. But I'm sure that this battle is not quite over yet, because Darkbolt is just 4/10 behind. It's not like it's a million miles. DRS, he could close that in on the main straight, and he'll keep it nice and close to the last sector, because he uses the DRS to close that gap into the last sector, and it's not that hard to pull away, especially you know, when Darkbolt's on grippier tyres that still have grip. He should be able to stick behind, and if Super Guy actually uses the back end, goes on the grass a bit, it's certainly looking like a good opportunity for Darkbolt to get himself back up into P2. So, for the last corner, looks like Super Guy's got a bit of a Max Verstappen-like technique there from 2016, where he just gets a super launch at the last corner. But will it be enough to defend? Because here comes Darkbolt. He's got a really good run. He wants to go for it on the inside, but he needed a couple of 100 extra meters there to really go for it, and he has to stick behind for now. I mean, you can see in some portions of the track, he is so much quicker. But in others, you just cannot get the exit speed. It seems that the mediums have the better traction, but I don't know. It just seems better acceleration in general, especially in the higher gears. Anyway, for Dark Ball, I wonder if that's a wings thing. When you get to the top, is when in lighter wings, and that means you'll have a much more slippy car in a straight line. But yeah. Looks like he's now too far behind, 0.6 of a second. I wonder if he'll be thinking about pitting soon, because obviously you're not a million miles away from the pit window for soft runners. I think it's about lap 11 or 12, maybe 13 or 14, something like that. 10 to 14, around then, I want to say. And here's Jordan trying to get past Matter, who pitted and fell right the way down to P9, even behind Matthew. I mean, Matthew was up in the gravel on that one, and they both made one stop. And Matter's behind. That just shows how far you'll fall when you're on wearing tyres, and it surprises me really that Hellboy kept the lead, or what will become the lead once again later on. Although that all depends. Oh, Jordan gravel trapped, and he loses it up the hill, and yeah, there goes Skiban, and there goes Casper up into P4 of this race. And I know I'm saying that Hellboy and Ismay are fighting for the lead, but I mean, can they get them tyres to the end? It'd be very interesting to see. I'm not sure if they can. I think they may be on the 2-stop. So maybe they're not fighting for the lead, but we have to see that later on. They're ahead of me. They're in their own little fight right now. We'll see how it all pans out later on. But for now, you know, you gotta say that they probably would be looking favourites if it wasn't for Cliffy, who's 6 seconds clear up top. You know, let's see the lead from Cliffy down. I mean, it's only 14 seconds. Even we have to make 10 seconds up on fresher tyres, that wouldn't be too hard. So maybe this is Cliffy's day, but we'll have to wait and see. There's Josh's ghost car from when he spun off at the start of the race, lap 2, and just flat out gave up and rage quit. And it is lap 11. I said pit window is open now, and it is. You can see the yeah, you can see the icon in the bottom right hand of the screen, saying that Matt, if he does please, can pit, but he's not. So he's gonna stay out for a bit and keep it going on them soft. So it's lap 12 then here in Spain. It is Cliffy, who's leading pretty comfortably by 6 seconds, but he still has to make his first pit stop. From Super Guy and Dark Bolt, he's just got his first 3-second penalty. Then it's Casper, Matt, Hellboy, Callum, Matthew, who was in the gravel on that one. You gotta remember, he was in the gravel on lap 1. And he's now, you know, he's not doing too badly for himself. Matter, P9, Skiban, P10, Jordan, who we just saw spinning off into the gravel in P11, and that is it then. The retirements of Josh, Lyle Blade, and Lee. And yeah, pretty entertaining opening few laps. We saw a really decent battle for P2 just a few laps ago, and that has fizzled out now. But Matt is starting to fall down the grid a bit, and he was sort of one causing it because he was really aggressive. The two of them, Darkbolt and Matt, they were so aggressive, and it made for some very good battling. But in the end, it was Super Guy who just stuck behind, and yeah, wait for it all to happen. He's the one who won out, and now Cliffy pitting on lap 12. Let's just see where he ends up, right? And unsurprisingly, a lot of the other soft compound runners, in fact all of the other soft compound runners, are into the pits. So the one stoppers are making their one stop. Cliffy, decent stop from him. He's miles clear of whoever needs to be ahead in that little group, and he comes out in P3, or net P3 really, until Super Guy pits. And that was a very decent stop. He's now just 7 seconds off Hellboy, so that has worked out really well, or more like 8 seconds. So he's just getting them tyres heated up, and he's getting ready to go to battle again. It's Matthew now up to P5, Darkbolt P6, Casper P7, Skivan P8, Matter P9, Matt himself P10, and he's ahead of Jordan. So if Jordan didn't make another mistake, he would have been ahead, and instead he's last. So yeah, quite the price to pay, some would say, and he may even have to pit again. So yeah. Falcon. Just need to wait for Super Guy to pit him, and then we'll really get a good idea of how this race is shaping out. Because he can be quite pivotal to the final results here, because he's got good pace in them mediums. And there's a real chance he could go, you know, a long time on these. I've seen races where people can go 20 to 30 laps on these. I've seen 28, I think, is the most I've seen on this track. So really, if he can get them to go as far as 28, which is quite the ask, he's only done a half of that so far. But if he can do it, then you know, he'd be able to go on them supers at the end. He'd be lightning fast. So we'll have to see how that all pans out. But yeah, for now, he leads some laps here in VSL. So you know, he'll be counting the laps, I'm sure, and getting them in his tally. As Casper gets a 3-second penalty, and looks like Matt is ahead of Matter. And there is Jordan as well, trying to get in on the act. He's only 0.2 of a second off the Toro Rosso as he goes a bit wide. Hopefully Jordan doesn't find himself in a gravel trap this time. And he's just looking that he's got more grip on them medium compound tyres. I know they're yellow, but they are mediums. And they will be mediums next year anyway. So, you know, maybe the game is getting ready for next year. And just sort of familiarising everybody with the tyre could always change. I don't even know what's going on with them, but they are changing. He wants yellows in the corners so that he has got more grip. But as soon as he gets into the straight, I'm sure they will turn into a lovely white colour if he fancies it, because it doesn't really need the grip as much. And he's going down the inside. A little bit of flash of white just to show him he's not cheating before they go back to yellow, and it is P10 and 1 point for Jordan. Yay! Fun. Meanwhile, 1 minute 20 behind. This is the issue with ghost cars. Well, this is the issue with leaving a session. It doesn't just remove you, it ghosts you. Because it thinks that you've DC'd, even though quite clearly you would have had to done something. Unless you might have just turned his PlayStation off and just closed his game. Which would be a bit of a mean thing to do, really, on the game. It would just confuse it. But quite frankly, if you've left the session, make the whole thing disappear. Don't have it still sitting there as a ghost, because it can give other cars DOS, and that's just not fair. So, Darkbolt now, and Casper starting to come up to the back of Matthew, as well as Cliffy starting to come up to the back of Callum. Callum really struggling for pace on them soft compound tyres. And we are not too far within the halfway point of this race either. So yeah, really, Cliffy is looking in such a good position to extend his championship lead, and Darkbolt is looking in a really good position to make himself another position. He's got a penalty, remember, to deal with, but I'm sure that won't matter as he gets past Matthew nice and easily. And now it's time for Casper. Ex-unlucky, as he likes to call himself sometimes. He's going up the inside, which turns to the outside for the chicane, and Matthew was not in the mood to defend that one. He wants to go for the exit instead and get himself some DRS to sweep that past. But he's onto the he's onto the gravel and out of the race. That's what he's done. He got too eager to go for that, and well, there's no safety car for that. I mean, I'm surprised. There's not even a yellow flag for that. They're happy to let that continue then, and in green flag conditions. Matthew then is our 4th retirement here in Spain, and unfortunately for him, I caught it all aboard. Anyway, Casper is now trying to make advantage and get himself past Darkbolt, who he doesn't have a penalty, remember, Casper, so he can really start to pull away and get a real gap on the Haas driver if he can get past, and it'll be a really good position for him to possibly get onto the podium. You have to think, if the Rebels have to pit again, he's in the position for P3, he's ahead, and Casper is having a great race so far, up to P5, and if these two have to pit, which they probably will, it's looking like a podium then, and Cliffy is getting very, very close to making a move here on Callum. This is for a P3 position in this race, and the Red Bulls, who were running 1 and 2 earlier on, it's starting to fall apart for them. And here we go, the helicam shot shows how quickly Cliffy closes him, and he passes him with pure ease into turn 1. Cliffy is ahead, and he's now going to chase down Hellboy. 5.4 seconds, I'm sure he can do it, and if he can do that nice and cleanly, it'll be 100% the net lead of this race, and Darkbolt is going to have another go. very close to the back of Casper. And you can see Matt and Skivan are very close as well. I wonder if anyone's going for a move there. Basically doing identical driving there, them two having their battles. Run outside. Doesn't quite work for Dark Bolt, but the inside on the exit might well do so. He's going to look to the inside. Not quite enough room to do anything, but there's a bit of contact on the exit. He got too eager. And you don't want to do that because it leads to crashes. But luckily they're both still alive, just a bite. And down the back straight into turn 10. Can Dark Bolt do anything? No. What about Matt on Skivan? On the exit there's contact and Skivan has a bit of a slide and no way for Matt to get through as a result. So Dark Bolt really is closing down to the back. He's extremely close. And I'll be honest with you, I thought when Casper got past, that was that fight over. Finito. Goodbye. We'll never see you again. But as these two are proving, they're going to have a very lengthy battle at this rate. And as they head down towards turn 1, remember they're on equal tyres as well. Both of them have been on the same amount of time. So you'd think there's a bit of a long battle coming up here because they've got very similar pace. And they both look to be having some fun with it. So yeah, we'll see how it works out for him. Cliffy is close to second already in the last few minutes, so he is looking good to even pass Hellboy on track, although his tyres are 11 laps old now. They are getting to the point where they're probably going to have to pit for some new ones, but they can't do it too early. They're also going to have to do a very long lasting, and that's just inconvenient. So I imagine they'll leave it another 2 laps, I guess, and then they'll pit the two Red Bulls. So that would make this a fight for the podium. Issue is, there's a penalty involved for Dark Bolt, so actually he's going to end up P8 in this group, but P6 overall right now. And that isn't even including where Super Guy ends up. You know, Super Guy could end up behind this lot. I don't know where exactly he will be, but this could be the battle for second. And the Red Bulls could come back, so quite frankly, we're looking for a very good last 10 laps, and Dark Bolt is getting ready to start it all off. 15 to go, and he's down the inside and ahead of Casper into turn 1. So he's ahead. He's beating him for took him a few laps to get back past, but he's done it. And we'll have to wait and see. Can he pull away, or will he start to fall back into the clutches? He's only 8 seconds away from Callum, so it's actually looking really bad now, actually, when you think about it. The Red Bull is in some trouble. He's in some real trouble. Who knows where he's going to end up. I would say he's going to have pace, but he just didn't have much pace against his teammate before. You know, he was in DRS zone and now he's about 7 seconds back. I don't know where Callum's going to end up today, but his pace just unfortunately hasn't been there. And into the pits comes Super Guy, so will him and Hellboy pit at the same time? We'll have to wait and see, as Hellboy goes and does another lap. He wants to minimise the damage on his last stint. He doesn't want to do that many laps on his last stint because that just wastes time. But he is into the lead for probably the last time in this race. And Super Guy on to his soft compound tires. Where's he going to end up? It's me, Callum, into the pits. And Super Guy, where's everybody else? We're about to find out. Casper is currently going side by side, but you know what? Super Guy has went and jumped everybody then. So he's done a good job on the mediums. He was ahead already, but he's been able to keep that gap. Even though everyone else is on fresher tyres, and he's actually extended the gap by a huge amount. And really, is it surprising? Look at the 40s. They're fighting like mad. And Callum, as I sort of suspected, is in a bit of a no man's land situation. He is nowhere near this battle. He's a good, 11 seconds away from it. More like 12. So yeah, that's a real shame. Down to P9, the Red Bull driver, and wonder where Hellboy's going to fall. I'd say he had about 7 seconds, so he'll probably be ahead of Jordan, but nothing much else. So it's going to be, what, P7 for Hellboy then, and everyone else will get shifted up one. So yeah, that'll put Cliffy into a pretty commanding lead. Well, who's going to come out on top here? As you see, I mean, Casper's back ahead again. And Hellboy's into the lead, or into the pits I should say. So yeah, here we go. Casper, here he comes again. And he's got a lot of people coming at him, but Skivan also gets a penalty, so that puts him behind Matt now, so that actually puts him out to a net 5th at this rate, which will become a net 4th, and this is suddenly a fight for the podium. Here we go, 2 DRS moves happening on the same straight, Darkbolt getting by Casper, and that is pretty bad for Casper, because, oh dear, I was going to say, because that means Matt can start to catch him, but instead they've collided, and there's Hellboy going past, and Skivan ruins his front wing, and he's in some trouble. He's basically out of this race now, or out of contention for that podium. How is Matt's car? Is it damaged? Is it not? Either way, he's lost a lot of time, and how he can doesn't really tell us much. But yeah, here is Casper again, and that helps Hellboy's progress. You know, Hellboy's going to be right on this soon, because he's not a million miles away. In fact, he's under 5 seconds away, or just over 5 seconds, or 6 seconds, I should say. Looking at the wrong gaps. He's about 6.4 away from this, so that wouldn't take too long when these two are constantly swapping positions. But yeah, it's Cliffy then, leading by 7.7 seconds. Or the super guy, it has to be said, he's on so much fresher tyres, and he's on so much faster tyres, that he's got a chance at this win. You cannot rule him out. So it could be seeing McLaren glory today. And it could be Mercedes on the podium joining him, but we'll have to find out. He's currently still ahead. He's net ahead as Jordan pits. So, you know, Skivan's out of the race. He's went into the pit, I think. Has he done that, or has he just binned it somewhere? I couldn't be arsed checking, to be honest, because these two are very close, Hellboy and Matt. And Hellboy has to get this done quickly if he wants to get involved with this fight at the end. He went for the switchback, he went for the surprise move, but it did not faze Matt at all. And it keeps him ahead, the Renault driver. And let's see Casper then. Can he get past Darkbolt this time, or is he going to wait for the main straight? Main straight seems to be the more popular place to overtake. The straight just isn't long enough, and you can't stay close enough with the chicane to really mount a challenge. And Hellboy, he's been able to make the challenge, and he's ahead of Matt. So, how quickly is he going to be able to catch? He's already gained over 2 seconds on these two, so it really is not going to take too long for this gap to close. So, here we go again. Can Casper get by? Very early defensive move. It surprised Casper so much that he didn't even pull out for a while. He wasn't expecting it, and into turn 1 round the outside. Can he get it done? It's going to be a risky move, almost contact, but they're keeping it nice and clean. And very, very close indeed as they head round turn 3. Darkbolt is off the track a bit there. That could let Casper have a chance, but not into turn 4. You're basically asking to get killed. Maybe on the exit though, and towards turn 5, that's a better opportunity. And side by side round the outside is not quite going to happen, but on the exit, this could be Casper's time. Here we go. He's going to keep in the slipstream. And hopefully he gets a better run for the chicane. And he does have a little bit of a slide, but I think he's okay. But he just, we'll have to see. He's got a decent launch. I thought Darkbolt was pulling away, but he just backed off later. And that could be to his detriment. As down the inside goes Casper. A bit of a late move. And he's side by side off the track again goes Darkbolt. And it's going to be on the inside. Casper getting through into P3 again. And look, he's joined the party. It is Hellboy. Just 9 cents off these two. And they are absolutely going to start to just go for this. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. So it's Casper from Darkbolt, from Hellboy now. And look at Matt as well in the background. This is all going to close up. Matt is not out of this yet. Do not count him out. And on the inside, Darkbolt, is he going to return the favour on Casper? Casper tries to stick it around the outside, which turns to the inside, and he gets it back past. Into P3 he goes again. And there's Hellboy taking Darkbolt as well. So, this is not Casper versus the Red Bull on fresher tyres and a faster compound. And if he can somehow win this fight, I would be utterly shocked. But we'll have to see how this works out. On board with Hellboy. Let's see how this goes down. He's got, he's got 9 and a bit laps to make this work. So it's not essential to get this done now. But if he wants a chance at possibly catching Super Guy towards the end, he want to get it done now! And that is some dive bomb! But Casper saw it coming. He's going to go for the exit. Almost contact. That could have been a bit of a disaster. I thought Casper was going to go off the track. But luckily he kept it on. And that was a great move from Hellboy. Wasting no time whatsoever. And he is ahead. He's up into P3. So Casper now has to deal with Dark Bolt again. But he has DRS to help defend, so he should be okay down this main straight. Dark Bolt might want to start looking behind him though, because he's got Matt in P6, only 2.2 behind, and he's got Callum, who's only about 6 seconds off this whole fight in general, and he could well catch up soon. He will certainly be hoping to anyway, having lost the chance of a victory through pure unfortunate strategy calls. What a race this has been so far. I need to get a drink. I've been shouting so much. So yeah, I'll just mute the mic a second. Hopefully nothing. Rather surprisingly, Casper's been able to stay in the DRS range of a Hellboy, so maybe Hellboy doesn't quite have as much pace as we think. But we'll have to wait and see exactly how the pace is. I do also want to check penalties as well, and I think I'm going to do that now because no one's really close enough to go for a move. So let's see what people's penalties are like. Yes, let's see who's got some. Dartbolt's got one. Casper's got one as well, so I completely missed that. Matter's got one. Skavan is out, so it doesn't really matter. And Callum's got one. So actually, I'm surprised to say that has he just got another one? Did Casper just get another penalty? I didn't even think he had one. And he's just got two. And Darkbolt's got another one as well. Jeez. Talk about not taking advantage of the situation. So, yeah, they both got 6 seconds of penalties. That means Matt is basically home and dry then for that P4 spot at the minute. And it looked like, yeah, he did. I thought Darkbolt went a bit wide. He's off to Narnia. And it's going to put Matt right on him now. And if he wasn't screwed before, he's certainly screwed now. He's going to end up in P7 with penalties get added. And Matt, I'm sure, after having that incident with Skavan earlier, will be hoping to get his race back on track. And first protocol, getting past Darkbolt. And if he can do that, then he might have a chance at even, well, he doesn't really need to go for it, he just needs to stay, you know, with the gap. But he'll want that glory, he'll want to go for it, he'll want to pass him, won't he? He's a racer. If a racer doesn't want to go for it, then you can't really call him a racer, can you? So I'm sure he'll go for Casper and chase him down. And he's gonna try, though, first to get past Darkbolt. Darkbolt, with every corner he does ahead of Matt, gets that grip back into the tyres. The gravel cleans off, and he can start getting up to speed again. Don't forget, they've been on the same tyres for the last 14 laps, both of them. So, yeah. There's a lot of, stuff that, a lot of variables that don't really occur here. Because not even with a battle, they always got one lap fresher tyres, always got different compounds. Oh no, they're exactly the same. You know, Darkbolt or let's see, the Renault probably watched the Haas put his tyres on, and it looks like Casper's got another penalty, and God knows where that's going to put him at the end of this race. But it does look like his race is starting to fall apart. He's got 9 seconds of penalties. That puts Darkbolt. He lost it up the hill, but somehow managed to keep it alive, and he's somehow still ahead. How Matt is not passing him yet. He's starting to get a bit flustered behind him, you can see that. And that's going to put It's Me, Callum, right on him. And 5 laps to go. Is it 6 laps? 6 laps to go. As Matt gets past Darkbolt. So even though Casper's got 9 seconds of penalties and Matt's got exactly 0, it'll be interesting to see. just how close he gets. And what about Callum? Once again, Callum really doesn't have to worry. He's also gonna get past Darkbolt and Casper. Oh, Darkbolt went back forward out there. I didn't even think he would have a chance. But no, he's stuck it at the inside. Doesn't quite work out. But top marks for trying. But he just still passes the turn 4 really that often. I mean, we saw how badly it went on lap 1. But yeah. This race, man. This has been so crazy so far. I mean, these battles have been superb. This track, I gotta admit, it's never really been a track I've liked, but it's really put on a show today. And yeah, it's been a lot cleaner than before. We aren't seeing that many silly incidents as well. You know, I guess I guess any race that comes out to Baku is gonna be good, though, isn't it? Really. I guess Baku is one of them tracks where you're gonna crash a lot and race less. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of that track. But here, it's one of them sort of drivers tracks, and oh, he's gonna go pretty inside. How on earth Darkballs thought that was a good idea? I don't know. Right into the pit lane, but he managed to make it work. But still side by side and ahead. He just doesn't give up, does he? Doesn't matter what's gone wrong in his race, he still goes for it. And he's up ahead of Matt again. And he's now almost, unfortunately for him, well, he's 6 seconds back from Casper, and he's going to have Matt on the inside again. I was feeling a bit of deja vu looking at this. I thought Matt was going to go off to Narnia there, but instead he's going to have a good exit and down the inside of the chicane. And now Callum is going to be really right on the back of this now. 5 to go, and it's going to be DRS. And look at the run that Callum's got, but Darkbolt is just so much better. He looks to the inside, Matt goes wide, and Callum now on the inside. Can he get by Darkbolt? He loses the back end. So does Darkbolt. Both in the gravel, and both basically out of that battle. And both of them not going to get Casper now. Even on the penalties, Callum will not get him now. He's miles ahead of Jordan. But it just means them two are going to stay where they are for the end of this race. As long as they don't need to pit again. But I'm pretty sure Callum won't pit. Hopefully he doesn't. Oh. Okay then. Maybe he's given up. Come on. Yeah, he's given up. And there goes Jordan. That's a shame. I mean, it's good for Jordan, I guess. He'll move up. But Callum is out of the race. I don't really think you can apportion blame to that, though. They both lost it up the hill. They were both racing hard. You know. Yeah, it's just one of them things. It's just one of them corners. I said it in qualifying. It's so easy for the back end to go. And when it does, you're not getting it back. And we've seen that there now. So, we've got 4 laps to go. And unfortunately for Super Guy, he just hasn't been able to close the gap. And Cliffy, he's having a pretty easy time. I think he's going to pass Callum's car, although I think it's already despawned. But he's passing the ghost of it, so, you know. It will haunt him, maybe he'll make a mistake, maybe Super Guy can still win the race. Although it's extremely unlikely, in fact probably impossible. But yeah, the gaps have all started to get out now, so that means Cliffy and his Cyber gets a bit of screen time. The sponsors will be absolutely thrilled, they'll be jumping for joy and all that, blah blah blah. Look at all the Alfa Romeo, they're getting loads of money for this. And I imagine Cliffy gets a bit of a bonus as well. And let's just see, where's this league going to be? I'm just seeing yellows in Sector 3. Unfortunately, the sponsors have just left, because I think that was Jordan off to Narnia again. It felt like he was coming off the gravel trap. Yeah, I think it was. But yeah, let's just see where Callum... Oh. Let's see, let's see what Callum has to say, but he's just left the league. Oh. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that, actually. I'm sorry, I'm going to shut up now. Let's just have a look at the championship standings. Where would Cliffy be after this? He's going to get 25 for the win. So it's going to be, I think, what, on 114 at the end of this race? Matt is only going to finish in 4th. He's going to get 12. This is your VSL F1 champion here for season 1. Cliffy basically is over. But anyway, yeah. He's got a pretty massive lead after this race, it has to be said. And yeah, you know, nothing wrong with that. He's just a very fast driver. You can't really fault him for being good. But you know, a bit more competition, guys. Let's stop him a few times. You know, maybe we hire some people to kill him in a few races. You know, he's almost got a 2-race lead. You know, we have to kill him a lot of times. We need to go Max Verstappen mode on him, or maybe Pastor Maldonado, or maybe both. Maybe that's how they stop him. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. The point is, he's going to have, I think, a 47-point lead in the championship. That's enormous, and he's doing a brilliant job. He's always on the ultimate strategy. It's the better strategy to be on, and it's, you know, it's working for him. And as he comes into the final corner now, he's about to start the final lap. So let's see the gaps, or the positions gained. Sorry. And really, your driver of the day, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Cliffy with 7 gains, Super Guy with 8, Casper with 8, which will become probably... Actually, I think I might say the same. I think he's been able to actually get the gap up. Or did he have 9? Well, we'll check at the end anyway, but I think he's made 7 or 8 up. So really, there's 3 sort of candidates. Cliffy, Super Guy, and Casper. So, you know. Personally, I think... I don't know, he's had a really hard time sort of racing recently. He's finally come up with a good race, and he did some really good, you know, battles to, you know, never really get past. Only Hellboy got by, but that's only because he was on new tyres. He was able to still keep within 2.2 seconds, as you can see. So I'm going to give it to Casper. I personally think Casper's the driver of the day today. But that is certainly not taking anything away from the other drivers. It's certainly not taking anything away from this man. Here he comes, Cliffy. Only a couple of corners to go now. And we're about to see him take victory here in VSL. And just one turn to go now. Lap 33 out of 33. Fantastic strategy, fantastic race. It's Cliffy who wins in Spain. Here's Super Guy as well. He's had a brilliant race to come home to finish in P2. Ultimate strategy working out brilliantly for him. And I'm sure he'll be very thrilled with that. Hellboy P3 and Casper P4. Let's just see if he keeps it. Here comes Matt. He doesn't. Unfortunately, he misses out by 2 seconds. So yeah, that means the championship gap at the top is going to be, I think, 47 points. As Dark Bolt crosses the line, he'll be P6 by crashing somebody. I'm not even going to say that. It was a racing incident. I don't think we can really blame anyone for that. It'll be Matt are in 8, Jordan in 9th, and that is it. Or sorry, Matt are 7th, Jordan 8th, and Josh 9th, even though it won't really count. But yeah, just 100% checking them challenges times again, just to make sure Hellboy didn't pass Matt or anything in that race. No, he was nowhere near. So yeah, like I say, championship gap at the top is 47 points. Cliffy is on top here, and I think Jordan might have set the fast lap. I think you get an extra bonus point for that, so happy days for him. I kind of suspected that was what he was doing, no? So, but yeah, still, nice lap, well done, clap, brilliant lap. And there we go, there is your winner, once again. Cliffy showing that he is the man this season, and it's going to take a lot to stop him. Who will stop him, though, is the real question. We've seen Josh having some good performances, but we've also seen Josh bottling it. You know, I say Casper has got some speed, but he's been unlucky. Matt's also got some speed, but he saw that instant earlier with Skiban. He could have got a few more points at the back of that. Cliffy, he had a clean race. He did a brilliant job, and he has won the race here in Spain. Thank you so much for watching. And before we go, actually, let's just see if anybody has any comments. I was about to close that off, but I do want to see if anyone else said anything, because I saw a couple of them coming through as Cliffy crossed the line. So let's just quickly see what anyone else has to say. And yeah, that's just Goody agreeing with me, saying that Casper is driver of the day. So I think we can all say, I think Casper today driver of the day. And yeah, so Clippy winner, Casper driver of the day. Jordan, did he get the fastest lap? No. Oh well, I don't think he did. But still, good race from him. And thank you all so much for watching here. This has been VSL. We'll see you next week for... Oh god, it's Monaco, isn't it? It's Monaco next week. Good luck. Safe travels.